What's good? It's Postman, Liveoffbeats.com. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the video so you can get more good content. So a question that I always get from producers that I'm going to answer is, how do you get artists to actually listen to your beats? Because ultimately, if you're not selling beats, that means that artists probably aren't hearing them and you're not giving them an opportunity to purchase from you. So that's what the whole extent of really living off beats is about, is getting artists to actually listen to your beats. So you can upload them to Beatstore, Airbit, YouTube, wherever you want to upload them. But if there are no artists going and listening to them, then how are they going to buy them? You're not giving them an opportunity to purchase. So what you want to do is find out first and foremost, what type of music are you selling? What type of beats do you make primarily? Now, generally, I'll do another video on, how to choose your genre and see, what's best for you. But let's just assume you make trap beats, a lot of trap beats, or you maybe do R&B like we do. But the question is generally the same. It's like, well, how do I get those type of artists to my beats? Well, like I said, the first thing is to know what type of beats you sell, because all artists aren't the same. So you have some artists that sing, some music artists rap, but they're more of like a J. Cole type, There are some artists who do trap music. There's some artists who do, pop music. There's artists who do multiple things. So just a broad stroke of artists is not a great way of trying to get people to listen, because though you may end up getting plays, you won't get many sales. Because we want to essentially find the artists, the type of music artists that are most likely to purchase from us, right? That's the whole gist of this whole thing. We want to find artists who are most likely, when they hear that beat and they go, ooh, this thing is cold, they can pull out their credit card and purchase that beat so they can use it in their albums, mixtapes, etc. So the question is, how do you get those artists? Well, first, we have to start from the beginning. First, we talk about what type of artists are you trying to get. So if I'm getting trap artists, or if I'm getting R&B artists, or what am I trying to get to listen to my beats? The second thing is, where are these people, where are they at? Where do they hang out at? And not necessarily hang out physically, but now where do they hang out digitally? So before the internet, you would have to say, where do they hang out physically? Well, they might be at, R&B lounges. They may be at ASCAP conventions or things like that. That's physically. But now with the rise of digital, we can find different communities and websites where they're at, and then advertise to them or get in front of them. So obviously, let's look at some of the main places they're at. They're at YouTube. Okay, so let's start there. They're on YouTube. Now, ultimately, the quickest way to find artists is to jump in front of what they're already searching for. So we know type beats are obviously, one of the biggest search terms for artists looking for beats. So they'll do Drake type beat, Kendrick Lamar type beat, or whatever that they're looking for. And so obviously, if we can jump in front of there, you're going to get the most amount of highly qualified traffic. Qualified meaning that these are artists that are most likely to buy your beats. Now, when we go a little bit further, we say, okay, yeah, but trying to get ranked, if you know anything about that, trying to get ranked and stuff like that can be difficult. Possible if you have the formulas, but difficult if you don't know how to get in front of those people. So that's why they have things like YouTube ads. So YouTube ads are great. Organic is better, right? Because it's free. But ultimately, you may need to use a service like YouTube advertising. So when someone searches for, Drake type beats, then your beat will show up first, and it costs you a little bit of money, but you may get a good return if you spend, let's say, $5 and you sell the beat for 20. Do that 10 times. Then you spent 50 and you made 100 and you made 150, right? So it can be very profitable if done correctly. Another thing you can do is you can advertise on videos that your target market is most likely to be watching. So, for example, if I'm going after R&B artists, right, I may look up videos about how to, vocal training for R&B artists. And I would take an ad, my personal ad from my beat site, and I would put it in front of the video of, how to make your R&B vocals better, something like that, because that's something that an R&B artist would be looking for, right? So what I'm essentially doing is saying, what are R&B artists watching, or if I was doing trap, what are trap artists watching, where are they at, what videos are they watching, then I can put an ad in front of them, right? So YouTube advertising is great because it's still fairly cheap. Another thing is Facebook advertising. Facebook is still great because because they also integrated Instagram as well, and they track everything we do. So if you have a Facebook or an Instagram and you ever logged in, they're tracking everything you do across the internet, right? That's why a lot of services say, hey, just log in and use your Facebook. So they're tracking us across the internet, and so they can pretty much know how to find out what you're into and what you do. So they have millions of trap artists already tracked, millions of R&B artists based upon their internet behavior, based upon what you watch and what you go to. Maybe a little scary to think about, but nonetheless is how it works. So with Facebook ads, you can literally target people who are music artists that are trap artists, and then being able to identify, okay, is this artist for me? And then if they are, then they can send you that traffic. They'll show the ad to the person. Your ad can be something like, hey, I got some new beats, trap beats, looking for trap artists. If you need trap beats, click here, go to my site, and then they can go and listen to your beats. So that's another way of getting traffic to your site. So ultimately, it's always going to be about marketing. One of the things we always pressed here at Liveoffbeats from 2007, we always said it's about the marketing, right? Without getting it out there in front of the people, you're not going to get anybody back to your beat site that's going to be able to purchase anything. So if you're lacking in beat sales, if you have inconsistent beat sales, you have inconsistent traffic to your site. Your beat plays are inconsistent. And we keep focusing on sales. I say you need to focus on getting artists to your beat site, because if they get there and actually hear the beats, they're going to purchase them most likely if they're pretty good. I'm sure your beats are decent, decent, or they might be banging, but even if they're just decent enough, you're going to get some sales. I've seen producers that aren't that great, but just because they got traffic there, artists, purchase beats. So ultimately, your beat plays are probably your issue. So if you want to get traffic, you're going to have to, in today's day and age, advertise, right? So I want you to be advertising on Facebook, YouTube. You can also do YouTube organic. And then there's some other ways, like you can advertise on Instagram via Facebook. And it costs, and you want to make sure you get a return on investment. Another thing you can do is buy banner ads on, on sites that artists hang out at. Maybe on datpiff.com and stuff like that. You can buy banner ads if it's affordable for you. You know what I mean? Live mixtape, stuff like that. And buy banner ads, on those sites. Another thing you can do is use Google AdWords, which is different than YouTube ads. So if someone searches for something on Google, then you'll show up. So if someone searches for beats or are looking for trap beats, you can show up as an ad and only pay when someone clicks. That's another way of getting traffic there. Another way is like Twitter ads. Twitter ads can be great as well. They're a little more expensive sometimes, so you have to have it dialed in. Hopefully, their cost goes down. A little can be on the expensive side, but you can literally find artists like crazy using Twitter advertising as well. Now, I'm not talking about social media posting. I'm talking about using their platform where they go out and find people that are most likely to buy what you're selling, which is artists are most likely to buy beats and that particular type of artist. And they've done all the tracking and stuff, so they know how to do that. Now, outside of that, there's like organic stuff, like you can be hitting people up on Instagram and stuff like that. But I always suggest go after whales. Don't go after like people who are going to spend $30, because if you're, networking, you're doing this, manually, you want to be able to get deals that are, substantial. People that are spending 4, 5, 6 figures on some type of package or something like that, and do those type of deals, real deals that can put you in some good position. And they're out there. And so if I'm going to hit up people manually, I want to be dealing with big fish, or what we call whales, people who work for big companies who are looking for music, or publishing companies who want to do some type of deals. And, you may need a catalog of music, and they're looking for something that you have to offer, maybe TV, film. But I'm not, networking and getting just independent artists that don't have any money or much money. That's a lot of effort. I'm looking for A&Rs. I'm looking for, VPs of content, VP of music supervisors. I'm looking for people with those type of titles, you know what I'm saying, or independent labels that actually have some type of budget and their artists have some type of buzz. You know, so that's who I'm. If I'm hitting up people manually via social media, that's it. And I'll do another video on that. You know, manually hitting people up. We actually have that in our course that we teach in the Ultimate Beat Selling Blueprint. But anyways, if you want more, we're going to be doing a live training. You can click the link, or you can go to liveoffbeats.us/TR. So liveoffbeats.us/TR. And what that is we're doing a webinar training, free live training event that you can go to on your computer. And I'll be giving you the 3 secrets to getting to 5K selling your beats online, and how to get consistent everyday beat sales. You know, after consulting with over 46 producers in the last 2 months, some of which were doing upwards of a couple $100,000 a year and tens of thousands every month in online beat sales, and some who were just starting out, I was able to see what it is that those producers who are making that type of money, what they all had in common, and what the producers who were barely getting by, what they had in common. And I found out there's 3 things that they do differently. And if you know these 3 things, if you know these secrets, then you'll be able to get those same results as the top producers online. If you don't know, you'll probably continue to struggle, get a few beat sales here and there, maybe get lucky, burn yourself out by hitting people up constantly. But you'll never get to that, you know, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month mark that these other producers are doing. And trust me, I've done interviews with them, some of my clients, and put it up online. It's there. It's possible for you, but you just have to know the secrets, and they are secrets. You know, they are secret because the producers don't know about them unless someone teaches you. So I'm doing a live training. We did this training before, and producers really, really loved it, but we weren't able to continue to keep doing it because of time. So, you know, because of popular demand, I decided to bring it back. We're not going to do it a bunch of times. We're going to do it this one time. So if you're looking for the date and the time, you can just click down there, and on the actual registration page, you can register absolutely free. And it's limited spaces. But if you register, what will happen is it'll give you the date and time of this event. And you want to be on there. It's going to be a lot of producers on there. It's going to be awesome. The last time we did it, it was awesome, and it'll be awesome again. If you've already, you know, seen it, you don't have to go through it again, but you might want to because it was just that good and that much information. So, yeah, so do that. Click the link down there again, or you can go to liveoffbeats.us/TR, and that'll get you where you need to be, so you can register and get to that level. You know, finally get there, so you can understand how to do it. You know, it's not rocket science. It's not that you're not smart and intelligent. It's just that you don't know how to do it. You need someone to show you the way. And that's what we're doing at Live Off Beats, is showing you how to do it so you don't have to guess and struggle. You can just live your dreams, live off beats like the other producers you see and the ones that have come through Live Off Beats and listen. And we did interviews with them, and you see their success, and you can have the same type of success. It's not that hard if you listen and just do exactly what we tell you to do, because we know it works, because we got thousands of producers that send in testimonials and say, hey, we're selling beats. So, and we've done live interviews with some of them, so you know it's not nothing that's not real. If you haven't checked them out on the channel, you can do that. But first, register right now for that live training. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to blow your mind, and it's going to change your life. So register for that. Much love to you. I'll catch you. Postman, liveoffbeats.com, the #1 place where producers learn to make money off their beats. We've been around since 2007, long time. You know, we've been doing this work. We pioneered the industry, and we're going to now take it to levels that most producers only dreamed about. And so if you want to be on that ride with us, I'll see you there on the live training. Peace.